Hilary Sandler. I'm the IPM weed specialist at the Cranberry station. And so some of as with many of my colleagues, we do lots of different things during the season. And I've just highlighted two of the things that we've been working on. And one I've talked about before, which is trying to manage dodder. And so we've been revisiting some of the work, and it turns out that we have screened probably about 20 compounds just in the past 5 years, and we've identified 6 compounds that look very promising for dodder. But the problem's been, we were talking with one company, and this was a fairly new herbicide, and the company did not want to pursue it because of water quality concerns. We had an old herbicide which looked great, and it is snagged in EPA due to re-registration, and they won't even be considering new additions to the label until 2019. We've had MRL issues, we've had risk cup issues, we've had carcinogen issues with some of the herbicides that we've lost. So this is part of the frustration. I guess I just kind of wanted to share that, is that we go through, we find efficacy, we find good crop safety, and then we get snagged up in regulation, trying to get good products for our growers. So what we've been spending some of our time doing is trying to expand the use of the compounds that we do have. And so I've noted that under some of the extension highlights that we were able to get a special local needs for the use of Callisto as a spot concentration, which has been very effective against both poison ivy and dodder. And there was also some language on Quinstar on the label there where they were asking growers to run their irrigation system for 30 to 45 minutes, which is fairly long. And this would again be another dodder control and a loose stripe control herbicide. And we were able to get a FIFRA 2EE to allow them to do shorter injection times and shorter irrigation times to improve the efficacy of the compound. So, we're trying to run this on a multi-pronged effort. We're looking for new compounds. Nobody's registering anything for cranberry, so we always have to piggyback on somebody else's compounds. And we still have a lot of education to do because still some of the companies think that we're an aquatic crop. And so they're very nervous about the whole water quality issue, and that throws us off the bus a lot of times. So, but it's encouraging. We're going to be testing another herbicide this fall. It's going to be hopefully a nice pre-emergence. Looks like tentatively it has some good crops with safety. It's already registered on some berry and small fruit crops. So we keep pushing forward and remaining hopeful. And as far as poverty grass, we've also identified another 3 possible candidates for control for poverty grass that we're going to be pursuing. So in the effort of saving some time, I'll just switch over to some of our extension efforts. We spent quite a bit of our time this year putting out this identification guide, which I don't know if you guys have seen. I brought this last year. I showed you the French guide. And so I worked with all of my colleagues across through Canada and US. We were able to secure some funding to produce this publication, and we expanded it. We put it in English. Everybody's very excited. This has a very large IPM component in it. You'll see the little blocks that are on the top of the pages. Those will signify whether a weed is of a low to high priority, so growers at a fairly quick glance can see if this is a problem, notorious problem weed, or something that's of less concern. So I think this has been, the word's just getting out. It just came off the press in June. I think we've sold over 300 copies so far. So I think it's going to be very well received. It's nice because it fits right to your glove compartment. It's sort of coffee resistant. And so I think it'll be a good shot.
Could you tell the group who the person was who translated this for us?
Oh, sure. The Leo Dahlbeck is a cranberry grower whose family was from French Canada, from Quebec. And so he was so excited to participate in this project and translated it for us for very, very low cost. And he was just a pleasure to work with. So we were very indebted to Leo for that.
Could we translate it to Cambodian too?
Well, we could see what we could do.
Spanish first.
We think Spanish might be the next one. So
I give this to the crews that do the weeding.
Right.
And they're reading it.
Yep.
And they're looking at it.
Right, and you can see the pictures were done by a Quebec photographer, and they're just really superb.
They're unbelievable.
It's
They're incredible photos.
Yeah, superb photographs. And then the other thing I was just gonna mention that Carolyn had put in your packet, I was invited to put together this magazine article. It's for a group called International Innovations. They're out of the UK. They do a lot of scientific PR for the most part, and so this was part of their food and agriculture. They wanted to do something about cranberries and IPM for their fall edition. So we put together this 2-pager that talks a little bit about the station and the work that we do in IPM, and some of the success stories that we've had in weed management. So I thought this could be a nice piece, even for the state legislators, if they want to give an example of the kind of work that goes on at the Cranberry station. And we'll put some links up on our extension websites and our station website. So I think that's about all I'll do for this.